Hello, good afternoon. We come on air with some big breaking transfer news from Manchester United, who will try to sign Harry Kane, Declan Rice and Mason Mount this summer. Their number one target is Kane. He's the player Erik ten Hag wants most. It's unlikely they'll sign all three players. Everything depends on what happens with the takeover, which, as you know, is still ongoing. Kane, Rice and Mount are exactly the kind of characters that Ten Hag wants in his dressing room. As we've reported before for you, they have no interest in Neymar.
Well, good afternoon, Nick, from beautiful, warm Budapest. I'm back here. I was nearly a month in London, in England. And of course, I saw by my own eyes all the situation at Tottenham. I went to the games as well. But I'll come back to that in a second as well, what's going on with Tottenham. I think with Harry Kane's situation is very, very, very clear. I think this Tottenham situation now at the moment is quite precarious in many ways because he needs to be, let's call it, put the reputation back. The club is actually, again, wanted by players and coaches to be there. And this is one of the main issues we have now with this club. And I think Daniel Levy and the rest of the board might have difficulties to get somebody in and trying to buy in what they're trying to do in the same time. But from Harry Kane's point of view, of course, he's a legend. He's done a remarkable thing for Spurs. There's not even a question mark. He's done more than he's supposed to do for Spurs. I think it's a question of himself personally now here. Either he wants to really kind of leave and really go to win potentially, because you Man United, yes, you might have the assurance to win something, but you don't know that in the same time, or stay at Spurs and make sure there's a proper rebuild around him in the next 4 to 5 years. But that's a personal question. I think from obvious reason, a selfish reason point of view, it's very clear he might have to leave and really win something somewhere else.
And if he said, look, I've done my best for Spurs, now is the time, I'm coming towards the latter phase of my career, gradually I want to go to Manchester United, you would say what?
Well, I think if I was now the chairman of Tottenham Hotspur, I would say definitely why not. I think he's done very good for our club. He's done what he can do. In the same time, he's really he's top scorer of the Premier League. He's most wanted striker in the world, without a doubt. He has a value now. I think as a Spurs chairman, I think the one he partly felt is really rebuild around him to him make sure that he can stay at Spurs. He doesn't feel like that, or he doesn't have felt that for a few years now. So from my point of view as a chairman, if I was the chairman, I would say, Harry Kane, good luck, and make sure that Spurs get the maximum value out of him and go somewhere else and get the best out of it, of his career. And I think this is the sportsmanship has to come in as well, even in terms of the selfishness potentially from the club's point of view, but also from the players' point of view. I think the sportsmanship comes into it. We say, well, let's sit down, both done their mistakes in some ways, but some really contributed quite a lot more than others. And that, in this case, I think Harry Kane contributed more to Spurs than actually the opposite way.